Next on the agenda, we're gonna have a brief interview with Rohan from the City of Eugene to tell us about the MoveEug project. So, pull her up.
Thank you, Kate. I'm assuming that was Kate speaking.
Yep, go right ahead. We're ready for you.
Great. And can I ask you, are you guys normally here until 8:30? Because I can make this very brief if you would like me to.
Yep, you have 10 minutes.
Okay, great. Well, I might just skip the presentation, give you the general gist, and then share my screen briefly. But as some of you may know, in late 2022, Eugene voters passed the newest version of the street bond, which includes a lot of money to go towards repaving the street for vehicles. But in addition to that money, the bond also includes $5 million for walking projects, $3 million for biking projects, and $3 million for safety projects. And so this bond covers the years 2025 to 2029, which sounds, very far away, but the planning for all of these projects is starting now. And myself and the rest of the transportation planning team at the city is tasked with developing a prioritized project list for all of these funds and delivering that list to City Council by November 1st of this year. And what we're really hunting for now is community input on what those walking, biking, and safety projects should be. And that big effort is something we're calling MoveEug. So MoveEug. And today I'll share that we have a web page up, which I have shared with Tim and Kate. And I'll also, well, a lot of you are in a room over there, so linking it in the chat wouldn't do much good. But I'll share my screen so you can see what the page looks like, and then you can visit it later when you go home. Let me pull this up. Okay. So this is our MoveEug Engage Eugene page. You can get to this by simply Googling MoveEug. It should be the first hit you get. But across the right, you can see all of our in-person engagement opportunities. There was one today, there's one tomorrow, there's one this weekend at the Saturday's farmers market. We are all over the place. And there's more as well. So that's if you want to engage with us in person. If you scroll down, you'll learn a little bit more about MoveEug. And then you'll get to this online interactive map, as well as a survey. I think this map is pretty cool, so I'm going to go ahead and try and pull it up for you guys right now. We'll click into it. You are prompted to enter an email address. We'll go continue to map. But this is the tool we're using to collect a lot of input on where people have walking, biking, safety project ideas. So these pink pins, as well as transportation safety issues. So areas where you might feel unsafe or uncomfortable and you're like, something needs to be done at this intersection, but I don't know quite what it is. And I'll zoom out on this map here and you can see all the pins people have left. Not a lot up here in Santa Clara. So please, when you go home, let us know what projects you would like in your neighborhood. But what's cool is you can drop a pin. So we'll pretend we're dropping a project idea pin. Zoom way in to wherever you want to drop it. Click on a map. And you'll be prompted with a little survey asking you what kind of project it is, walking, biking, safety, other, as well as a comment box where you can explain in a little more detail what your idea is. I won't drop a pin, so I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. But in addition to dropping your own pins, you can see what other ideas people have. And you can click into them, agree, disagree, add your own comment. Another fun feature of this map is you can also switch to a satellite view. Sometimes it's a little easier to locate yourself on a map when you're able to see photos of those landmarks. I'll go back to street map for now. But if you're, panning around and you're like, there's just too much on here right now, you are also able to turn other folks' pins off. So some handy features. In addition to a legend up here, you'll notice there's lots of other colored lines on this map, which are explained in this legend. And you'll see English and Spanish on this map. We're trying to make it as accessible as possible. When you hit finish mapping, you'll be taken back to the MoveEug Engage Eugene page. So I'll note that all of this engagement are in-person events. If you're not as excited to drop a pin, you're welcome to come see us in person. We'll have large paper maps at all of these events. But these in-person events, as well as the map and the survey, are open through the end of May. So about 2 months still to engage with us, tell us what kind of projects you'd like to see. But I encourage you to engage sooner rather than later. And please share this information with your friends, your family, like friendly looking people at the grocery store, really anyone and everyone, because we're trying to get the word out. And let's see, are there any questions?
I have a question. How are you gonna prioritize what you're gonna do? Because there's gonna be way more projects than there is money, is my guess.
No, you're definitely right. We will have way more projects than we have money. And so in the background of MoveEug, there's also a prioritization matrix we're creating. And this, think of this as kind of like a scorecard that will run the different projects through to rank how well they align with some of our city goals. So that includes things like investing equitably in areas that maybe traditionally haven't seen as many transportation investments. Being more cognizant of roads or streets that have a history of really life-altering or deadly crashes, things of that nature. In addition to like how close are we to parks and schools and other areas where we might expect more vulnerable bikers and walkers to be. Any other questions? I know I ran through everything really quickly.
Show us how to use the map. Catherine, thanks a lot, and we'll get on that.
Okay, yeah, please do. I would love to see more pins in Santa Clara.